What's up, people? It's your boy Perfection back again with another video. This one is on naivety, okay? Because let's face it, there's some people out there that are quite gullible, okay? Very impressionable. Oh, he's such an impressionable young man. He was brought up so well, that one. When I say hi, when I say jump, he says how high, and you know, impressionable guys. When you're too kind of naive, you're too naive, okay? When you haven't, it's funny actually, because there's two videos that I've seen one video on YouTube of this woman being done over 3 times. I mean, and I don't want to be harsh. It's not fair to be harsh, because the reality of it is I've been done over. I was done over on eBay for £1,000 and it hurt. It really did hurt. I remember back then it put me in depression for about 3 months. I was sitting down in depression, and in my life it's quite amazing, because it seems that, you know, when things happen sometimes, when these tragedies happen, where you expect someone to hug or say to you, you know, everything's going to be okay, people didn't say everything's going to be okay. It was, Luke, how can you be so stupid, and you got to pay me this money back now, yeah? Now that you lost that money, because basically I borrowed £1,000, so that made it even worse, is the fact that I borrowed the £1,000, then spent it on this car, and then this guy's done me over on the car. And then the guy's continuing to send me messages after. So even though he's done me of my money, I'm saying to him, where's the car, blah blah blah, and he's like, oh, I don't know where it is. And by then he's got my money, he's already gone down to Western Union, and that was the most stupidest thing, because I sent it through Western Union. But it was they made up a fake eBay page. If I had my I need to start being a little bit more professional on this, because I can show you the fake eBay page that he made. And I clicked on it. He sent me a fake second chance letter, and I believe that that even though I lost the bid, there was a second chance letter that he sent, and I was able to buy it again. But then it led me from outside of eBay, and I wasn't familiar with PayPal and all those kind of things. But it hurt. It really did hurt. It really did hurt, guys. It did. But you know, before I get into this video, I want you to understand that, you know, that it's not a case of it's strictly these people that are scammers, or strictly those people that are scammers. Like I said to you already, evil is everywhere. Evil is in man, therefore evil is within everything, and it's everywhere. You can't really escape it, to be honest with you. And you're likely to find more evil the more desperate a person is, the more you know, the harder the poverty, most likely, although I can't really say that because I don't know, you know, I don't have the stats to prove it, but the more poor the person is, the more desperate they are, and the more you're likely going to have things like, you know, scammers and things like that. So I think sometimes we jump to conclusions sometimes, and we're not really being empathetic. But let's get straight into these things, right? So I was watching this program with this woman, and she was able to be scammed 3 times. I don't know, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I know the first amount was quite high, and then the second amount was 70 grand, and then the last amount was 300,000. And I felt sorry for her, I really did, because she said, you know, these guys just gave me attention. You know, it reminded me of the single parent dilemma. You know, she was the reverse of an incel. She's what I call a selling. You know, an incel backwards. And she was really desperate, and these guys came along, and you know, they really showed her attention, really pretended that they were around her friends, holding her hand, kissing her, pretending like they liked her and all of that kind of stuff. And she managed to be done over 3 times, and it amounted to quite a bit of money. We're talking maybe 400,000 in total. So, and then another video that I watched was of another woman getting done over by a Nigerian scam artist this time. And when they went to trace them down in Nigeria, it was an internet cafe with 12 guys sitting around these computers, and a majority of the time, well, it was half and half. They could scam whoever they were trying to scam whoever they could. So they were also scamming men, basically. They were setting up fake profiles of beautiful women, and they were scamming men. And the part that made me sick to my stomach, made me almost want to vomit, is that these men also engaging in like not so much cam sex, but not too far from it. They're engaging in like tech sex. So they're saying to these guys, "Oh, why don't you show me? I'm touching my VV. Why don't you get on camera and show me?" And the guy's on the camera, and he's masturbating to another guy, and he's not aware of this. And this person's saying, "Yeah, I'm touching my blah blah blah. I'm rubbing my," and he's showing them fake pictures, and it's disgusting how far these people are willing to go. And you got to understand that if you were scammed by one of these people and you come to find out that it's a man as well, not only on top as he taking your money, but now it's also a man. And it's not simple a case of, oh, these guys are punks and they're losers and all of that. It doesn't always work that way. You got to understand that some guys, and it's something that I never questioned, I never asked myself, that, you know, when you're trying to give guys on tips on how you should go out there and speak to women and blah blah blah, the reality of it is some guys just don't have game, and they never will have it. Doesn't make a difference what you tell them, they're never going to have game. There's literally nothing you can really do for them. Just why we have shows here in the UK called Undateables. Some of them have got, their problems are just too severe. They might suffer from severe autism, dyslexia, or whatever. So it's not everyone. Some people are they're just like I said in my mental health video, they're just born with a really bad hand, and there's just not much you can do about it. The world isn't fair, guys. It's not fair. So there are some guys out there that they've never seen a woman, yet they're so quick to get out their webcam or their web phone and be, you know, masturbating in front of someone they haven't even seen. The levels of naivety, and then throwing money at them as well, because some of these guys are even in well-paid jobs. So the level of simping plus naivety is just off the charts, basically. But just understand that some guys, they're just, you know, some guys you can sit down, you can kind of teach game to them, or you can teach them a little bit of confidence, and some guys you can't. It's just not in them. There's no way of being able to, so it's not always their fault. Right, so I'll get in. So I was myself nearly scammed by a Nigerian group back in the day, and this is going back to about 2007. And no one even heard of Nigerian scammers then. No one ever heard of them. So it was relatively new. It was fresh. And this person left a message on my mental health site as well, and it was saying, you know, I am a refugee. I had to flee my house or my home or my country or whatever. I got split up from my family. I don't know where my family is. I'm in this camp right now, and please help me. And I don't remember 100% the story, and I was like, oh my gosh, especially where it was on my website, which was designed to help people as well. So it was like, okay, what can I do for you? And she was like, what is your name, what are you about? And oh, you know, she's saying, oh, you sound like a really nice person, and you know, just the usual, really, the usual basics. You sound like a really nice person. I said she sounded like a really nice person. After about a day or two, she then said to me, listen, I am actually quite a wealthy person. I need you to do me a favor. And I was like, what favor is that? Go on, what are you gonna? And she's like, well, I'm going to send you money. I will send you 20,000 Ubala, whatever currency it was in that country. I will send you, no, it wasn't even thousand, it wasn't even thousand, guys, it was millions. I'll send you 20 million. My family's really wealthy. I will send that to you, and all I need you to do, and I can't remember what the instructions was. Either hold on to the money for a certain period of time, and then she'll ask for it back, or buy something or do something for her. And to be honest with you, as gullible as I was, I believed it. And this is what's very important, is that you're more likely to believe it if you're in a poor situation. You're likely to believe it more. The reason why a lot of people are scammed by people in the first place is because they're in a hole and they're desperate to get out of that hole, and they end up digging a hole even deeper by suddenly not thinking, because they think, I need to get out of this hole ASAP. Someone says to them, right, okay then, just sign your name on here, and I'll give you £3,000, and they don't look at the blueprint that says, listen, but you're going to end up paying £3,000 back every week. So they end up paying 100 times as much. So it's easy to get someone when they're desperate, and I was desperate at the time, and I believed it. So I went down to my bank and I was like, yeah, give me some details. What do I need to do? What details do I need to give to this woman? Because she's like, give me your details, your accountant details. So I went down to my bank. They did say, like, oh, okay, who's sending you this money? And I said, well, she's sending me this amount of money. And I was really excited. My hopes are really high. These people are good at what they do. They really are. They're good at what they do, in one way or another, making you feel like you're about to live a new life. Like there's hope. They give you false hope, whether it be through romantic hope or financial, whatever. Came back with the details and said, right, I've got the details. Here's my bank details. Here's my bank details. And then it took her about a couple hours or two, and she said, oh look, thank you. Oh look, there's one problem. Something's happened lately in the camp, in the refugee camp that I'm in. Look, I need money desperately before I can send you this. And I was like, what? And she was like, I can get you the money maybe on Wednesday, but until then I need money to get by. Look, could you send me some money? So I was like, well, how much money do you need? Maybe £100. And I was like, £100? I don't think so. And then she goes, no, please look. And then what happened is she rang me. So for the first time, I got to hear a voice, and it did sound like someone that was about 18, 19, desperate girl from when you think of those kind of movies in Africa, she sounded like one of those kind of girls, those desperate refugee girl crying out for help, sorry. And she's like, look, please send me the money, please. In fact, before I even got to spoke to her, the first person I spoke to was her pastor. Someone came on the phone and said, listen, I'm Pastor Willis. I heard you are going to do Nairobi a really good favor. That's really good. So I said, well, where is Nairobi? He said, okay, Nairobi, she'll be here in a minute. Someone has to go and get her from her camp. They need to find her first. And I was like, okay. So they constructed it well. It wasn't done kind of foolishly. They were very good at what they done. And he was on the phone with me for about 2 minutes, and then someone supposedly ran in the room, which is Nairobi, and she was like, and that's when she came on the phone. But they slipped up somehow. I can't remember how it was back in the day, but I wasn't stupid. They slipped up somehow, so I ended up checking some sort of detail that they gave me. I can't remember exactly what it was. Maybe the phone number, maybe where they wanted me to send the money to, maybe the name of the pastor. There's something that they gave me where I checked out, and it took me about a day, 2 days to check it out, and then I sent them back this really nasty message. Not that it would affect them. A lot of these people, like I said in my previous videos, they're at their wits' end, they're poverty stricken, so guilt doesn't come into it no more. So what's the word? Empathy doesn't come into it no more. Consequences, you know, they don't think of any consequences because they're halfway on the other side of the world. So when I was laying into them, telling them something about themselves, it was water for ducks back. It was right. Let's move on to the next person. Remember, it's 12 of them inside of an internet cafe. But anyway, I'm going to see you around in part 2, guys. I'm going to get into more scammers because it ain't just all about Nigerians. We're going to get into, by the end of the 3rd video, you're going to know a hell of a lot about scammers. Okay? Alright, see you in the next video. Peace.